Hello, good people. My name is Dr. Rose M, and you're welcome to the Safe Happy Life channel, where matters, counseling, psychology, and teen parenting are laid bare. If you're a subscriber, welcome home. If you're a new viewer, you're also welcome home. In the last episode, we talked about drugs staycations and daycations with reference to our young people who leave their houses or homes to go to school and they never reach school, of young people who have made their family homes because of the absence of parents, their drugs dens, where they invite other youths and they spend days on end or hours on end taking drugs and taking alcohol and even having sex orgies. Today, we look at something related to drugs but uh, on the family. This is the impact of substance use and abuse on the family unit. And we focus on the family of where a family has a substance user or abuser. How does the habit, how does the behavior affect a family? We shall go through 10 possible effects or possible impact variations of these situations. Number one, this family tends to live for a long time in denial, or they trivialize the issue. Think of a prominent person, a respectable member of the society whose child has gone into drugs. For a long time, the parents live in denial, or they turn a blind eye to this situation. They trivialize the issue. They do not even want to discuss it, even amongst themselves. Number two, there comes or there arises family roles changes. For example, if it is the mother who is the user or abuser of drugs, then the father takes the role of nurturing the family. If it is the father who is the drug user or abuser, then the mother becomes the breadwinner. The other impact is that the whole of the family's attention focuses on this particular person, this drug user, this drug abuser. Everybody wants to reprimand them. Everybody wants to correct them. Everybody wants to criticize them. Everybody wants to offer advice on where they can get treatment and the reasons why they should get treatment, and they keep reminding the user or the drug abuser the way they are doing wrong things, and everybody's attention is focused on this particular person. It becomes he or she becomes the family's daily duty of monitoring them where they are, monitoring them where on phone, calling them on phone, finding out where they are, what they are doing, the whole family's attention. Other people are even forgotten, and everybody focuses on this. Too much attention is given, or a lot of attention is given to this drug user. Number four, another impact is that drugs break family relationships and they bring about conflicts, whether it is between the spouses and the children, amongst the children, between the children and the parents. There arises a lot of conflicts and relationships break. Number five, loss or lack of trust in the person using drugs. The whole family stops trusting this particular individual because sometimes they are even accused of selling family items. They're even accused of mismanaging money or using money that is supposed to be used for other important family things to buy themselves drugs. Number 6, the family suffers stigma. Why? Because the society looks at that family as a failure in one way. And the family, once they are recognized as failures in terms of raising their children, they also withdraw from the rest of the society. If, for example, it is a father who used to interact with other members of the society, his age mates, his friends, he starts to withdraw. Similarly, even with the mother, if it's the brothers and sisters, they stop being too free in the society. And as the family withdraws, the user himself or herself withdraws from the family and withdraws from the society. In the society, they will always be found amongst the like-behaved persons. In the family, they retreat into their bedrooms. Number 7, there is fear of personal security and fear of personal safety in the family, particularly when the drug user or abuser becomes violent. Everybody feels that they are not at ease. The home that used to be safe is no longer safe. Everybody is on edge and wondering when or if this person will become violent tonight or today. The other impact, number 8, is the family plays into the manipulation of the user. When the user wants something from the family, from a family member, they play good. They even say, I have stopped smoking bangi, I have stopped drinking, I have stopped, until whatever they are looking for is given to them. And the family is quick to give, or the parents are quick to give, because they feel by giving what this drug user has asked for will be a kind of motivation for them to continue being drug free or stopping that habit. But once this manipulating drug user has gotten what they wanted, they relapse or they get back to the normal behavior. Number 9, the family surrenders to fate because of burnout. Remember, drug use and abuse is something that is done every day, and the family members they get tired of talking to this person, taking them to rehab, trying to rehabilitate the person, and they just surrender and they let the person to be. And impact number 10 is huge financial drain on the family. This is in form of rehabs, if the user or abuser is taken to a rehab. Repeated years in school. Remember, we talked about the drug staycations where youths or young adults refuse to go to school and they waste their college years. So finally, when it is realized that the person has lost like 1 semester or 2 semesters, the parents have to pay for to recover to pay for college, to pay college fees for this person to recover the lost semesters. Also, incomplete courses in college, the parent may want to again, once they see signs of rehabilitation, they want to pay again for this person to complete the college. And also loss of items in the home and diversion of family money into taking care of this person instead of doing other things in the family that could benefit the whole family. So there is a huge financial drain. Now, if a person has a relative or a child who is a drug user, has a spouse who is a drug user, has a parent who is a drug user, they go through a roller coaster of emotions and reactions. We are going to look at 10 of these emotions that a person who is living with a drug abuser or a drug user goes through. For you, the drug user or abuser may not know what you're putting your family through, what you're putting your parents through if you're a young person, what you're putting your spouse through if you're the husband or the wife, what you're putting your children through if you're the mother or the father. And these are the emotions that family members go through when they have a person who is using drugs in their family. Number one, grief and sorrow. They feel a lot of sadness, and they feel the loss of their family member as they would if the person has actually died. It is the sorrow and the grief is so deep that it is almost or equivalent to death of that family member. Another emotion is fear of losing the drug user. Always there's that fear and anxiety. This the other emotion, number three. Will the drug user wake up? Will he come home or will she come home today? Will she be arrested? Will he be arrested by the police? Will they get an overdose? Will they give themselves an overdose of drugs? We have heard of big people who have died out of um, drugs overdose. So this family is always in that anxiety mode. Will he be involved or will she be involved in a fight? Will he be killed in some bar brawl, or all these emotions run through the other family members? Number four, there is the feeling of shame of failing to raise a well-mannered child, particularly for the parents when it is the child who is a drug user or abuser. Failing to give your child or the child good counsel. Then there's number five, guilt, feeling like they failed to give this or the other to the drug user. Like they always feel guilty that there is something that they did not do correctly for this particular person. Maybe they feel guilty they were quarrelsome or cantankerous spouses, or they feel guilty they were not kind enough to this person. They feel guilty if they were parents, and they feel like they did not provide sufficiently for this child who has become a drug user, or they just did not give the child good counseling. Number six, confusion is another emotion or another feeling that goes through the relatives of a person who is a drug user or abuser. In the confusion, they wonder, should they be kind and gentle to this drug user, or should they be harsh and and firm, or what kind of reaction should they have? If they feel they are too gentle, they shall be called enablers. If they feel they should be hard on this person, firm on this person, then they feel the community may say that they are not kind, and that is why the person finds solace in the drugs. So there is this confusion. The other one is denial. This is that feeling that it cannot be. It cannot be my child. It cannot be my son. It cannot be my daughter. No, it's not my husband. It cannot be my wife. So there is that denial that a family member has actually become addicted to bangi, to alcohol, to other drugs of addiction. Number eight, they regret. The family members have this feeling of regret. Questions that such as, I wish I did this, or I wish I did not do this. It could have saved the situation. Or I feel I did not do enough for this particular person. That's why they turned to drugs. I feel I was not available enough as a parent. That is why my son, my daughter turned to drugs. I feel I did not give enough love for my spouse. That is why he has become alcoholic. That is why she has become alcoholic. I feel I was not there for them. That is why they turned to other people who became friends and they are drug users and therefore carried away this other family member into drugs. Number 9, anger. The drug user has refused to listen to the wise counsel. So everybody is angry with him. Everybody is angry with her that they have resented or they have resented good counsel. Then therefore everybody now becomes very angry with them. Why aren't you listening to what you're being told? Do you think you're the only one who is right? How can't you reason that everybody is looking at life in this direction and you're moving in this direction? So they are all angry, or somebody is angry with his relative who is a drug user. Number 10, and the last one we shall look at for now, is helplessness and feeling overwhelmed. I have done all there is to do. What more can I do? So after doing all they can, after the relative has done all they can for this drug abuser or this drug user, then they surrender into helplessness. They say, enough is enough and I cannot handle it anymore. So they let free the drug user. They let the drug user be. And that is why you find along the streets, there are young people uh, who look young and they look like they are in drugs, and yet they look like they can be rehabilitated, but the family has lifted their hands. They have had enough and they have let them be and they have resigned to helplessness. The next episode, we shall look at or we shall explore on how to help you as a person who is living with a drug user, who is living with a drug abuser, or you who is a parent to a child who is using drugs, you who is a relative to a person who is using drugs, or you whose spouse is in drugs or alcohol and other substances of use and abuse. Thank you very much for being with me to the end. Kindly share this information so that we help the families to cope with people, with relatives who are using drugs, because they are affected by the drug, by the behavior of the drug user in their family. Thank you very much and God bless you. Bye bye.